Okay, we're here. So, hello. Hello, hello. Thank you all so much for being here. For anybody new, hi, I'm Maggie, your substitute teacher. Welcome to my struggle cooking class. I am not a professional chef. I am not a professional YouTuber. I'm just a boy mom times two. I have two teenage sons. They're in school. I'm between meetings, so I'm gonna make soup today. Whatever brings you here, you're most welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and put the fog treatment on my glasses and let you know that I have been on a health and wellness journey my whole life. I've struggled with weight. But now in my 40s, I'm 46. I finally found what works for me, and that is working with a metabolic specialist. I've been tested for food sensitivity, so that's my list right there of food that I can have, and then I have a list of food that I have to avoid. But I love to eat and I love to cook for me, for you, for the family. So my substitutions, it's just the way that I eat and snack now. I am pretty much sugar free, dairy free, and gluten free. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Got some packages to open, some groceries just got delivered. We are going to make a rice paper dumpling soup. Have I ever made this before? No. Has that ever stopped me before? No. One of our scholars, Paige, sent me this Instagram reel, and I'm going to play it for you guys so you can see. I think I'm going to be able to make everything with the ingredients. We may have to substitute a little bit, but yeah, I'll walk you guys through it. I'm going to start by getting my uniform on. I am going to make some coffee. I haven't had anything to eat today. Coffee and maybe a piece of my protein cake. I know it sounds weird. So I can have a little something so I'm not cooking and eating like a savage. So let me turn the air down, get my uniform on, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for being here. All right, I got a couple packages that came in, and I know what one of them is, and I need it for my coffee. I don't know if anybody can guess, but I'm going to go ahead and open up a couple packages, and then we'll make some coffee. I'll have some cake, and then we'll make some soup. Hi, Happiness with No Carbs is here. Thank you for being here, my dear. She says, confession time, Maggie. What did you eat last night when you were snacking during TLA? I know, right? I did put that in the chat. I'll show you. Because I'm actually going to have a piece of it now. If you guys were with me yesterday, I made this no-bake cake, and I just had it in the fridge to set. So I took Marcus to swim last night. My oldest son is a competitive swimmer. And then when I came back, I had eaten this cake. I did top it with some chocolate chips, and I cut a quarter, and I'm going to do another quarter now. And you guys can see I'll have this with my coffee, and then we'll get started on the soup. Let me get my uniform on. I know it looks a little bit janky, but I haven't eaten anything. So, quick commercial break. We do have Maggie merch. This is the Maggie color strap apron. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. You can customize it for free with whatever you like. We do have a Zazzle store. You guys can check it out if you're interested. There's always a coupon code. Aprons are about $20, and you can get them in tall. No, I think they call it long size. Standard size, or even kid sizes. So I know you all have asked for Maggie merch, and I try to provide that for you. This one does not have pockets. We do have the Maggie apron with pockets, the linen one that's white, khaki, or tan. No, yellow. Khaki is tan. But this is the color strap apron, so you can see it's about knee length. All right. So if you guys were with me yesterday, I made this cake, and it's a 2-ingredient applesauce and unflavored gelatin cake. And I'm literally just going to lift it out of the shrink wrap. I'm going to cut another slice, and then I'm going to eat it here and make some coffee. I'll just bring up one slice so you can see this is what I was snacking on. I know Lead went live last night. We were all on watching. So this cake, I made it yesterday. The ingredients are applesauce and unflavored gelatin. And you basically mix it together, whip it up, and it turns into this interesting cake batter. And then it's a no-bake cake. You basically put it in the refrigerator to set for at least an hour. And that's why I'm just kind of weirdly pulling it up off of the shrink wrap if I can get it. Then I did top it with my 0-calorie, what is this? The Walden Farms marshmallow dip. I'm using that as a frosting. Oh, I know the cake people would be going nuts now. And I'm gonna eat this big old slice. It's probably 2 portions, but every portion is like 12 calories. Let me put this back in the fridge. So you can eat just the cake by itself. I topped it with my 0-calorie marshmallow dip, and then my sugar-free, dairy-free chocolate chips. So let me put some more shrink wrap on that. So if you don't have a sweet tooth, then that's totally fine. But I do like sweets, and I like making something big like this, and then I'll have like 1 slice per day. Even Marcus will eat it. Second. So I'll make this, and it'll last me, several days because I'll eat on it. Because if you like desserts, if you like having something sweet to eat, or you're a late night snacker, you can see I'm on day 2. So let me put this back in the fridge, and I'll show you a closer up. And strangely enough, because this is just applesauce and gelatin, you'll kind of stay fuller because it's just protein. It doesn't have that cake flour. I guess protein and fruit. Now, you can see that my chocolate chips did start to dissolve a little bit into the topping, but I'm just going to cut into here so you guys can see. And I've topped it with fruit. You don't have to top it at all. But can you see here, it kind of gives you that sponge cake texture. Mm. Now I have to be honest, right out of the fridge, it's a little bit of a shock to the system. So ideal temperature for me, take it out. I'm gonna take one more bite. Let it sit for like 5 minutes, just so it's not like refrigerator cold. But you do get that cake experience, and it's just fruit and gelatin. Let's make a coffee. Happiness with no carbs says, so I just got the skinny syrups and I got the pumpkin cheesecake. Yeah, we're gonna do some pumpkin coffee. In the Rocky Road. Excuse me, I think I have the Rocky Road. Let me see. Tuesday morning. Oh, that's good to know. Tuesday morning for $3.99. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. There is Tuesday morning in the Atlanta area, but that's good in case people have trouble finding it. You can make a 12-calorie cake with a syrup. Tell me about this 12-calorie cake, Happiness with No Carbs. Is it the one that I'm eating? Or a different one? Open this up. Y'all know I'm always shopping online, keeping myself out of the stores, working from home, thankfully. All right, so we ran out last time. You all know it. I love it. Alkaline. One moment. Let's turn the ringer off. when I got my test results, one of the pieces of feedback is that I needed to drink more alkaline water. You can buy it bottled. In my opinion, it's expensive. I need to clean this counter. So you can make your own. There's a link in the cheat sheet. If you look in the description of the video, you will see the alkaline drops, and I got these from Amazon, and it turns tap water into alkaline water. There are health benefits. You can look them up. I'm not a doctor. So I put this in coffee, I put this in tea, just a couple drops. It doesn't, and if the environment is important to you, then you don't have those big like plastic bottles lugging around. It's literally like eyedropper size. And it lasts me a long time. I put it in hot beverages, I put it in cold beverages. So happiness with no carbs is saying yes. You're asking if someday I could try the syrup to the 12-calorie cake. Oh, absolutely, my dear. We did the vanilla paste, but yes, I'll be done with this cake in 2 more days, and I can make a pumpkin one for you. Happy to. Absolutely. All right, just gonna clean up my counter. I don't like to waste, so if there's still liquid in here and the wipes are gone, get a paper towel. Just get a paper towel and get all that cleaning solution out of here. I just like to wipe down the counters before, during, and after. I love my kitchen, but sometimes it's hard to see, and I don't like when I feel stuff on the counter. So make yourself your little homemade Clorox wipe. Clean your counters. All right, so I'm gonna make a coffee to go with this cake. I'm feeling better already. Happiness with no carbs. If you want to share like what major city you're close to, I had never really seen Tuesday Morning. I'm in the Atlanta area. But that's really good to know. Our list of stores is growing, so in case anybody doesn't know, I will show you. But that adds to our Ross and TJ Maxx and Home Goods and Marshall's list. Now add Tuesday Morning. You can also get them online. I do have a discount code for you guys in my class notes in the description. All right, I got another box from Amazon. Let's see what this is. In a moment. Packaging is fun. All right, so let's start with our mug. I even bought this from my mom. Several of y'all, oh, is it stuck? Let's see if just making coffee. Got my mug, got my alkaline drops. I'm gonna put a couple drops in here. I'll come back to it in a second. Literally, that's it. Several of you have tried the alkaline drops, and it's helping you in other ways. I know I was always running to the, restroom. Water was just going through me. Now it actually stays to hydrate me. All right, so as far as creamer, hopefully it comes back. Oh, God. Do I want to touch it right now? Oh, God, let's see. It's so frustrating. All right, I think we're back. Yeah, there we are. Sometimes if you just let it be, it'll come back. But just touching it, so frustrating. I don't want to mess it up. Y'all know I can. All right, here we go. So as far as creamer, this is my substitute for half and half. I'm using this zero sugar creamer. The brand is Nut Pods, and this one is an almond and coconut cream. I do like these Nut Pods. They actually give me the creaminess that I like. Some of the plant-based creamers are a little bit watery. If that's, fine for you, that's fine. But I do like a little bit of thickness, and I do like it light and sweet. And then for skinny syrups, you can also get, this is the Mocha Flavor Burst. These are the little pocket size. So I just put that in, little squirt, and then I'm gonna get my coffee. do chocolate chips on the cake. We'll do chocolate syrup in the coffee. And if that's not enough, I'm going to use this McDonald's McCafe chocolate mocha coffee and brew into here in the Keurig. So that's how I go sugar-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free. All right, so let's see what's in this package. Happiness with no carbs says, oh, Richmond, Virginia. I used to live in Chester. Worked for Philip Morris right out of college. All right, so while our coffee is brewing, what else did I order? Who knows? I'm ready to make this soup, y'all. Where I live, it's starting to get a little bit brisk in the morning. And there's nothing like curling up some soup. Oh, we love Amazon. I have a refrigerator tray that broke. Ordered a replacement. So silly. Okay. So our coffee is done. This is the paper sack color that I like. I feel like it needs a little bit more sweet. Maybe because I'm eating cake. But it's a protein cake. Then I am going to do just a little bit of whipped cream. And ooh, some cocoa powder would be nice. Or not. Why be extra? Oh yeah. Sometimes we can be regular. I don't have my non-dairy whipped cream, so I'm going to use this just to get rid of this Walmart creamy topping for no good reason. And then, like, if you have cocoa powder, just like I dust with cinnamon, you could dust with cocoa powder if you want some extra chocolate. But I want to get started on our soup. All right, so happiness with no carbs. Hopefully that answers your question about my snacking. And now that it's been out for a little bit, it's the weirdest thing, y'all, but I'm telling you, this is my 2-ingredient no-bake cake. 12 calories a slice. I'm eating 2 slices. All right, so let's see what we're making today, class. Sorry, don't want to be rude. All right, so Paige, who is on this health and wellness journey with me, sent me an Instagram video. I'm going to show it to you all. Uh-oh, Chesterfield is a Arrestafield. Has it gotten bad? Yeah, I've been gone for 12 years now, but that's unfortunate. All right, so let's look at this soup. I did actually print out the recipe, so we'll get all the ingredients out, but I'm going to show you guys what we're making, and then we'll get started step by step. This rice paper dumpling soup is like wonton soup, but it is totally gluten and soy free. First, we make our meatballs with ground chicken, lots of veggies and coconut aminos. Roll and set aside while we make our really gingery broth. And we're going to cook the meatballs in the broth, set those aside. Cut your rice paper in half and soak it. Roll your meatballs in the rice paper just like this, and add some bok choy to the broth. Let that cook down, and add our rice paper dumplings. And this is so good. This rice paper dumpling. So let's see if we can make this wonton soup. I'm going to try and make it per usual, her way. And then if this works good or works well, we can try and do like egg drop version or different proteins or whatnot. And I did put the link to the recipe in the description. So for the wontons, we need 2 baby bok choy leaves. I just got a Walmart order. Let's go through my order really quick and get out what we need. Mm. This just got dropped off. If you like Asian food, fine. I think there's an emoji for like a noodle bowl or takeout box. Put that emoji in the chat. All right, so I did get ground chicken. We are going to need this for our chicken balls. I was thinking about making my own chicken broth. Maybe I will, but I did buy some chicken broth. 32 ounces is 4 cups. Yeah, we need 5 cups for this recipe. So now that I'm thinking about it, all right, so we did make our own chicken broth last time with these chicken pollo cubes and hot water. So I'll just go ahead and do that again. I've got a hot water kettle in the guest room that I'll fill up with 5 cups. Let's see. Okay, so dissolve, you can't see that. 1 tablet in half a quart. Oh, I gotta do the math, y'all. Alexa, how many cups in a quart?
1 quart is 4 cups.
Okay. All right. So I just need 4 cups. I could do 2 tablets in 8 cups. And then just pour out what I need. Bleach tablets for laundry and whatever else you need them for. I do like the tablets because when you pour the splashable bleach, accidents can happen. It can get on your clothes. That might be a little hack for you if you do laundry or if you're teaching the kids to do laundry. I use those little bleach tablets. You can find them with the pool supplies. Just toss them in with the detergent. Speaking of chocolate chips, I went a little bit off, but I got some of our sugar-free. This is our white chocolate stevia unicorn swirl. I want to see which ones have, this one does have milk, so I'm going to return it. I just bought a variety to see which ones are dairy-free. Looks like the dark chocolate ones are. Oh, Chesterfield Police Department. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they stay on you. I do remember. Maggie's a rule follower, but you never know. I made wings for the boys yesterday. They were asking for ranch. I was out. I have my fat-free, calorie-free ranch. They don't want that, so I got the original for them. This recipe does call for avocado oil, so I bought some avocado oil. Y'all know that I have like olive oil. I have my MCT coconut oil, but let's try to be authentic. Where is the bok choy? Did they not have the bok choy? Oh my god. If not, we'll just do some cabbage because I do have that. Oh dear. I thought I added the bok choy. Yeah, unavailable. Okay, we'll substitute cabbage. All right, we're gonna make it anyway. Because it's really just a few leaves of the bok choy in the broth, but we've got everything we need to make these meatballs, which is what I really wanted to do. Ginger, green onion. We could do spinach too. I'll let you guys decide. All right. So first steps. So we don't have bok choy leaves. I have cabbage or I have spinach. I'll let you guys choose when it's time for the broth. Ooh, I probably need to decide now. Green onion, got that. Ginger, garlic. Ground chicken. It calls for 3/4 pound. I did buy a pound. I'm just going to use the whole thing. 1 tablespoon of coconut aminos. So I do have coconut aminos. I'm not sensitive to soy, but this is a substitute that a lot of people are using now instead of soy sauce if you want to avoid soy, especially with growing boys like I have. You don't want to give them soy. I have soy sauce, but I'm going to put this in the recipe so you can stay soy free. Avocado oil and 8 sheets of rice paper. All right, so you guys do remember when we made those spring rolls? I ate them after we just wrapped them, right? The spring rolls. They were a little sticky, a little chewy, not my favorite. I'm gonna see if rolled up into wonton, I like it better. I'm gonna go ahead and get my kettle ready for the hot water. Just swiping stuff from the guest room. I have a hot water kettle in there for the chicken broth that I'm going to make. I'm just going to put water in here and then just have it boiling. There's a chef that I watched, Jamie. I think he was, what was he called? Like the Naked Chef or something like that. He has a proper name. But he always says one of the ways to save time in the kitchen, don't wait for water to boil. Have a hot water kettle all the time. So we'll give that a try. So this recipe calls for 5 cups of chicken broth, and I'm gonna make my own with these pollo tablets. So I'm just putting some water in here, and then this is an electric one. When I put it on the base and turn it on, it'll be boiling the water while we're working on these meatballs. So when we're ready to make our chicken broth, it'll be easily dissolved. So let me put this on the base. You guys, weather's changing around here, forgive me. All right, so let's get a workspace together. We're gonna get our cutting board out and get our ingredients prepped. All right, so just gonna put my wooden cutting board on a towel just so every time I touch it, it's not making a whole bunch of clanging noise. All right, so let's see what we got here. So I got everything out. So to prep the vegetables, chop the thick white ends, step number one, sorry. To prep the vegetables, chop the thick white ends off of the baby bok choy leaves, leaving only the thin green leaves. So they did not have bok choy, and I placed my order at Walmart. Probably should have known. So I don't know if anybody has a preference. I do have red cabbage, but I also have spinach. Excuse me, and I think it might just be good to put some spinach in there unless you guys want cabbage in the soup. Cabbage will probably give us the thickness and the consistency of the bok choy, but spinach will give us the green. So I'll play the video one more time so you guys can see it, and we'll get both out. Dumpling soup is like wonton soup, but it is totally gluten and soy free. First, we make our meatballs with ground chicken, lots of veggies and coconut aminos. Roll and set aside while we make our really gingery broth. Then we're going to cook the meatballs in the broth and set those aside. Cut your rice paper in half and soak it. Roll your meatballs in the rice paper just like this, and add some bok choy to the broth. Let that cook down, and add our rice paper dumplings. And this is so good. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'll probably just keep some spinach for the broth. Oh, but it also says this goes into the bok choy. So 2 leaves of bok choy, and that's kind of long. So I'll do a handful of spinach. Chop the leaves into thin strips. Okay, happiness with no carbs votes for spinach. I was just about to say I don't see anything, but thank you. You vote for spinach. Okay. So there's going to be some spinach inside the chicken meatball, and then there's going to be some, we could do either. We'll come to the broth in a moment. So unfortunately, I didn't get bok choy, but let's just kind of cut, or I'm just going to twist off the stems on the spinach here. And, you know, spinach leaves are going to be a lot more delicate than bok choy, but they'll give us that nice green color inside the chicken meatball. Just grabbing the stems. And I'll see if I can cut these into strips. It's kind of an odd shape. And we may just do a chop. Spinach is kind of my go-to vegetable. It's very versatile. I do it fresh in a salad. I do it, you know, you could do it frozen as well in an omelet. I do fresh in an omelet. You could toss it in soup like we're going to do. Lots of different options here. So I'm going to try and just bunch it all together. And it said cut into strips. So I'm just going to run the knife through it. You know, spinach leaves, it's not, bok choy is that long vegetable, so it's not going to be long. Is that Condemnia? Hello, sir. How are you? So good to see you here. Shout out to the masterminders. The Condemnia goes way back. One of my day one. The first one to say, hey, where's that button? I don't see it. I was like, I know. All right. So this is going to go in the chicken meatballs. We may not use all, but we've got our spinach. Imagine it's bok choy. All right. Supposed to use the white ends in the broth. Maybe we'll do that with the green onion. All right, so let's see. Make the meatballs by combining ground chicken, bok choy, green onion, ginger, garlic, salt, pepper. Oh, okay. We got to do a lot. So it doesn't say to chop them or grate them, but I think I remember her doing that in the video. So let's just go ahead. This is fresh green onion. These just came in from Walmart. I do love green onion. These I'm gonna wash. The spinach came out of the bag, so I didn't wash it. Yeah, it says washed and ready to eat. So this was our spinach. And we're going to wash and slice the green onion. Love green onion. I like onion, period. but green onion gives you that onion flavor. It's not too pungent. I think it's a great garnish, especially on Asian dishes. So let's rinse it. So I think she just chopped them. I'm gonna put this on repeat with no sound because y'all, the way they go fast on these. All right, let me put it on do not disturb. All right. So I'm gonna start by just taking off the white tips of the green onion, and I'm gonna discard the stem. And then I'm gonna make one more cut because they want you to have the white part of the bok choy in the broth. And since I don't have bok choy, we'll just save this for the broth. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna cut the rest of these. Yeah, it looks like they're just cut really thin. So green onion, I love it in soup, love it in an omelet. If you can get them really thin and nice, better than what I'm doing, they're a great garnish. I'm looking at spinach. They're a great garnish. All right. But you just want to get them kind of small enough to make into these meatballs. And if you don't use all of them, I think this only calls for 2. I'm not really paying attention to the portions, but we'll use this as a reference. I think the recipe called for 2 green onion, what are they called? Stems? I don't know if they're leaves, but since I got them out, might as well cut it all. Woo, these are fresh. Should have my little container of water. But it's good. Lets you know that you're alive. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with me. Whatever brings you here, you're most welcome. We're trying a soup that somebody sent me. The weather is changing. Or as I say here in the South, it's fall, y'all. All right, so I know y'all like, missed the trash, the close up. So I have some spinach leaves. They're supposed to be cut into strips. I took the white tips off of the green onion, and then I have this green onion. All right, and then the ginger. How much ginger? I think it's just 1 thumb of ginger. I think that's an interesting measurement. So I did get fresh ginger delivered. My mom uses this all the time in her African cooking. I need to probably do better. But a thumb of ginger, oh, it locked up on us. So this is the ginger. We'll leave it, see if it comes back. So we'll call a thumb of ginger like one of these like knobs on the end. So I'm just going to kind of break that off. Yeah, that beautiful, oh God. I could put it in some tea right now. All right, let's see if, okay, and it came right back. Sometimes it locks up. So what we have here is fresh ginger, and you can actually scrape this with the back of a spoon. So interestingly enough, this ginger skin is quite thin. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And someone said, what would like, you can get a knife and get in there, but you can also, if y'all see what I'm doing, I'm just using the back of the spoon and see how it's taking the skin off. So you can easily peel ginger. This is just a regular old kitchen spoon. And I'm just peeling the ginger skin off. So then I'll cut it. But this is a great way to, sorry y'all. This is a great way to get at the actual ginger. What my mom would do with all of these like fresh herbs and aromatics. She's been telling me to do it for years, but I don't know. I mean, Maggie's not hard-headed, but you know, you just want to do it your way sometimes. But mom would get, like on the weekends, she would get all of her, you know, ginger and onion and garlic and stuff like this peeled down. And then you could either dice it fine or grate it like I'm going to do. Mom would cut it small and then put it in the blender. She would make like a paste of her seasonings. So imagine your garlic, your ginger, your onion. We're African, so peppers. And then she would put it all in the blender, I think with a little bit of oil, into like a paste. So you guys can see we were able to get pretty much the skin off. I'm just gonna cut a few big chunks off. And she would put it in the blender and then make this paste. And then she would pour the paste into ice cube trays. And so she would have her little servings of what's it called? Like seasonings. I'm just gonna dump this in the trash. Ready to go. Pop them out of the freezer, put them into a soup or stew, and then they're already prepped and ready. I mean, it makes complete sense, when you're cooking for the family. Y'all know Nana is a retired home economics teacher. You take not shortcuts, but you do things to save yourself time. But because I'm kind of cooking here with you all, I like to show everything. All right, so it says 1 thumb of ginger grated. So we are just going to get a fine grater. And I'm just going to grate it right here on the cutting board. Y'all can see we're going to be making these meatballs, and all of this flavor is going to go into our chicken meatballs, and then we're going to roll them up into our rice paper and boil them in this broth. I'm sure my hot water is done. All right, so let's see. I'm just going to use the ginger that we just peeled on the grater. So the recipe calls for 1 thumb, so I'm just going to grate all of this. Mom would put fresh ginger in soups, stews, tea. If you like a little heat, ginger is a great, would you call it a seasoning, or these are all like aromatics? I don't know. I'm not a professional. This is just what the recipe says. Thank you all so much for being here. So I'm just grating this down. I kind of turn it when it gets close to the fingers because, we don't want to lose anything. Once you get most of all of it, you stop. All right, so I'll just set that there. So a lot of the fresh ginger is on the back here, so I'm just going to get the same spoon that we kind of peeled it with. Let me clean it. And this is all going to be mashed in with the chicken to make these meatballs. So you kind of see all this flavor is going to go inside. All right, so we got a little extra there. So we got fresh grated ginger. It's supposed to be bok choy. I got spinach, green onion, ginger, and then 1 clove of garlic minced. All right, so I do have fresh garlic. Y'all have seen me do this before 100 times, but I'll do it 100 more. Hi, Linda. Thank you so much for being here, my dear. All right, 1 clove of garlic. So there's 1 clove. It's a little small one. I like garlic, so I'm going to switch out for a bigger one. Let's see if I can work closer to me. Let's move our green onion up here, and let's move our garlic. It's all going to go in the meatballs. So unfortunately, garlic is not as easy to peel. So instead of worrying with this little paper, get a knife, smash it down, and it gives you like a nice tear, y'all can see, and then you can just get at the garlic easier. So this is what we want. We want this nice, smooth garlic clove. And it says 1 clove of garlic minced. Minced is just a very fine chop, so as small as you can get it. So I'm just going in with little slices. And I'm using the brandless knives. There is a discount link for you guys in the class notes. They're under $10 and get the job done. All right. Then I turn and we can, slice through again. But it's kind of hard when it's small. It's kind of hard to hold it well. And so to be safe, you can just use your hand on the blade and just do the rocking motion. scrape it together. Doesn't have to be, perfect size. This is gonna go inside the chicken meatball, but you just don't want to bite into a meatball and have like a whole mouthful of garlic. I like it, but you don't want it to overpower. All right, so that looks nice. So we got our garlic, ginger, spinach, and onion. Let's see if there's anything else. This is fun, y'all. I love cooking for y'all. All right, salt and pepper. And teaspoon of coconut aminos. Again, this is a soy-free alternative to soy sauce. So if you have soy sauce and you don't mind soy, that's fine. But this recipe, they're using a soy-free version. We've talked about food sensitivities, and soy is something that a lot of people want to avoid, like especially if you have growing boys. Coconut aminos, avocado oil, so we've got that, and then the rice paper. All right, so I think we've got everything we need. Take a sip of my coffee. Okay, coffee's making me hot. You know what it is? I think it's just like all this stuff, like the close up, clearing Maggie's sinuses. Little bit, it goes a long way. I got fresh garlic in front of me, fresh ginger in front of me, green onion, and spinach. So I'm over here inhaling it all. But when we make this broth in our soup, oh my God. I don't know if y'all like a wonton soup or a good Asian soup. Oh. Okay, step one. To prep the vegetables, chop the bok choy, green onion. Make the meatballs. All right, so we're going to move this over here. And I'm going to get a bowl because I think we're going to toss everything in. Just a couple green onion. And then mash it together. And I'll just get in there with my hands. It's fine. All right. But yeah, y'all, smelling all this stuff, it's like, whew, I'm alive. All right. We'll clean up as we go. So let's get a big bowl. Yeah, she's just using a big bowl to make her meatballs. So I'll be fancy too. Got a nice glass bowl here. Whew. Whew. Y'all, seriously, that ginger and garlic, Maggie's struggling. We're going to be all right. All right, let's take off the accessories. They'll join us later. Got working hands. We got work to do. All right. Make the meatballs by combining the ground chicken. So I bought this from Walmart. Now the recipe calls for 3/4 pound of ground chicken. So I should take some of it out, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and use the whole pound. Just make more meatballs. That's so funny how you peel this off, but there's still that there. All right. So I'm just going to dump the whole pound of ground chicken in here. Oh, y'all, it's killing me, but I love the smell. Bok choy. Okay, how much bok choy was supposed to go in here? 2 leaves. So I'm going to make it up. We'll say that's 2 leaves of bok choy. I don't know. They didn't have it at Walmart, so y'all let me know. But you see what the meatballs are supposed to look like. So we'll mash it together. If we need to add more, we will. Green onion. How much green onion? 3 green onions. So I'll just take a handful of green onion. We'll call that 3. Excuse me. All of the ginger. So let's get all of that. So all of the ginger that we grated and all of the garlic. We're really trying to scrape up this ginger and garlic. Salt, pepper. Is it just salt and pepper to taste? Yeah, just salt and pepper. So let's season it well. I'm using Himalayan pink salt. Ground chicken doesn't really have a lot of flavor on its own, like chicken breast. So you do want to season it well. I'm not going to taste it, obviously, because it's raw, but I don't have to watch salt. I do have to watch sugar. So I'm going to be liberal with the salt. Whew, until the spirit moves you. So we got our salt and pepper. We got our spinach. We got our ginger paste, garlic, and green onion. Now coconut amino. So we're going in for our soy-free soy sauce. How much? 1 tablespoon, okay? So we got our 1 tablespoon measure. Coconut aminos, a substitute for soy sauce made without soy, made from coconuts, if that's important to you. So let's get a tablespoon. All right. Add that in there, and then I think it's the same thing. And avocado oil. I think that's what she did. Yep, that's it. All right, let me put this. So this is just Walmart avocado oil. That's what the recipe calls for. If this is good, maybe I'll make it with my coconut oil since I'm using coconut unsoy sauce, But we'll go ahead and do it her way. All right. Also, 1 tablespoon avocado oil. All right. Now, looks like we just mash it up and make meatballs. So let me get in there. Yeah. I'm just watching this video again. All right, she got chicken, all this stuff. She used a spatula. That's fine. Oh, it smells amazing, y'all. So I'm just moving the chicken around, the salt, the pepper, the garlic, the ginger. I think we're doing good. I'm looking for an even distribution of green. You want a little bit of color in each meatball. And I am looking and thinking maybe I should have cut my spinach a little smaller, but that's what I got. All right. So I do have a little, ice cream scooper. Let me wash my hands. So we're going to form our meatballs. This is what we have so far. One moment. All right. So it looks like she just made the meatballs and then put them on a plate out of the way. So let's do that. All right. So I have a plate and this is a little cookie dough scooper. I got it from Walmart when we made the chicken and bacon meatballs. So I guess I should roll them up. So just for a portion, yeah. And then I guess I just wash my hands, but you probably want to form them into a ball. Yeah. So this is a little time consuming. Kids could help, but just, make sure with kitchen safety. If I were just putting these on a rack and cooking them, I probably wouldn't care about shape and size. However, because we're going to roll these in the wrap paper, we do want them to be, able to fit. And we're going to drop them into the broth so that they've got flavor in the chicken meat, but then also we're going to cook them in a very flavorful broth. So I don't know how else to form them. I'm just using my hands. Yeah. So you guys can see in each one. So I don't know how many this is going to make. Recipe called for 3/4 pound of chicken, and I used the whole pound. So we'll just put them on a plate and set them aside. The ground chicken is a little delicate, so being a little bit careful to make these about the same size. Oh my God, I hope this is good. There's nothing like soup. One of y'all asked for, I know it's fall time. I'm looking for some chili recipes that I can make for you all. I know the boys like chili and cornbread, so I was looking for a substitute version of chili, but probably just gonna have to make the good old fashioned one with beans and cornbread. What do y'all put on your chili? I saw a recipe, God, it had on the side, of course, cheese and sour cream, but it also had like avocado chunks and like a slice of lime. All those flavors going into that chili. And then I know I probably need to make a skillet cornbread, but I do. I just use the, don't clown me. I just do the box Jiffy. But of course, I've made jalapeno cornbread in the cast iron. That's really good. Um, do y'all like the cornbread that has the little corn pieces in it? Almost done, y'all. Just a couple more meatballs. Then we're going to set these aside and make our broth. I don't even know how many it's supposed to make, but if we have extra meatballs, I'm sure that's fine. All right, last one. Y'all know we're greedy. Feel like need to get a spatula, get all of that. We don't want to waste. Ingredients are expensive, and we want to make sure we get all of that flavor and all of that half of a bite of a chicken meatball. Here we go. All right. So just kind of gently pressing them together and forming a ball in my hands. Okay. So, got our plate of chicken meatballs. So we are going to set this behind me and make the broth. And we're going to wrap our meatballs and put them in the broth. This is a little bit of a time-consuming recipe, I'm not even going to lie. It's not a quick one, but if it's worth it with the flavor, then we're good. Clean as we go, and I also got some Clorox wipes just because I had chicken, raw chicken. I got grapefruit and coconut. Since we're doing coconut aminos, let's just be safe and clean. All right. Oh, it smells yummy. All right, we're gonna make our chicken broth. Hopefully our water's still hot. Oh, God. But it's okay. All right, I think we're ready for the cooktop. Let's see what it says here. I'll leave that here so y'all can see. Scoop into small meatballs, wetting your hands to roll them into circles. I did not do that. Wet your hands first. You should have about 15 meatballs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, and I didn't even count. Go Maggie. 15 meatballs. Set aside on a plate and allow to chill in the fridge. All right, so these are going to go in the fridge while we make our broth. Um, using a large stock pot, combine the broth, wine, more ginger, okay, salt and pepper. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our cooktop here. And we're going to make a large pot. Let me just clean this. I may have some new pots that will work with this, so we'll try that another day. I want to focus on this soup. All right. All right. Let's go. All right, this might be bigger than what we need, but never made this before, so I want to make sure that we have space. Oh, you can keep going. All right. All right, so remember we're making our own chicken broth because I didn't have. It's fine. So let's see, maybe I can do it in here. So I'm using these chicken Maggie cubes, and one of these tablets goes into 4 cups. So let's see. So I need to make 8 cups because I need to use 5 cups. So I've got 8 cups here. So that would be 2 of these cubes. Hopefully my hot water is still there. Of course, you can just buy chicken broth, but I think I got these in one of the giveaway boxes, so I want to use it. And then we'll pour off 5 cups of broth and get started. Hope you're all doing well. All right, so I set my hot water kettle in the guest room. Let's see, hopefully it's still hot. Okay, perfect. It's nice and hot. This is a hot water kettle I keep in the guest room. Oh, y'all can see our little camera there. All right, so I'm going to pour this until it gets to, I probably should pour and stir. Let's do that. Then you can have this extra chicken broth or, anything. I'm looking at the side here. I'm going to stop when I get to 8 cups. Hopefully I made enough hot water. We're going to call it. It's like 7.5. All right. So let me just stir until this dissolves. And then we'll pour off 5. It doesn't take long. I'm just going to make sure that I'm making my own chicken broth. So you can use extra chicken broth. What did I do? When I made chicken broth with you all last time and I wanted a quick soup, especially this time of year, a great way to stay full without extra calories. I got a can of chicken, a small can of chicken, kind of like the size of a tuna can, and I just dumped it into the chicken broth. And then like these green onions that we just chopped over there, the green onion, you can put in there, add a splash of soy sauce if you want to, and just curl up and watch something. And that gives you kind of that warmth and that fullness without, if you want noodles or rice in it, you can. But if you're trying to avoid that, that's an option. All right, I think we're good with the chicken broth. Let me just look and see. I know this is weird. I should not lift it over my head. All right, see a couple little chunks in there. All right. So for the broth, while I'm stirring, let's take one last look. So we need 5 cups of chicken broth, 2 more tablespoons of coconut aminos, 1 tablespoon of, I can't even pronounce it, is that Shaoxing wine? I have rice wine vinegar, another thumb of ginger, salt and pepper, and then more bok choy. We'll use the spinach, and then the green onion, salt and pepper. All right, we're gonna make it up, class. So our broth is ready. Let's move this. All right, so y'all can see the video here. All right, so we're about to make our broth. All right, let me pay attention. I need 5 cups of broth, and I have like 7.5, so I need to take this down to about 2.5. All right, let me just put it all together first so I don't stress myself out. I'm just gonna pour. This is an 8-cup measure. I had it up to 7, so I'm gonna stop. Honestly, I could do the whole thing, but I won't. We don't want it to be too watered down. Okay, so that's 5 cups of broth. So let's move this. I'll save this for later. We don't want to waste. You could actually just sip on broth by itself. Gives you like a nice like savory without eating anything with it. Mom had me make the boys vegetables when they were young and cook them in chicken broth instead of water so they get that flavor. Okay. Okay, rice wine vinegar. How much? 1 tablespoon. Oh boy. Let's see. This is one of the things where it's like I know I have it somewhere. Oh. Maybe this is what I thought I had. Red wine vinegar. Let me see if I have rice wine. If not, this is what we'll use. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the red wine. I have sweet white vinegar. It's like so many different vinegars, and I don't want to really take the time to look for it. If this is good, we'll do it again. Yeah, just white cooking wine. Okay. All right. Broth, wine. How much wine? 1 tablespoon. I think this came in a, hi Sandy, good to see you again. Thank you for being here, my dear. I think this came in one of my old HelloFresh kits. So it's supposed to be rice wine vinegar. I have red wine vinegar, y'all. But I need a tablespoon, so we're going in. All right. So I'm already messing up kind of the Asian flavor. All right, well, we got our vinegar in there. Coconut aminos again, going into the broth. How much? 2 tablespoons. Yeah, I'll just use the same one. No need to mess it up. Again, this is our soy sauce, but made with coconut, so it's a soy-free soy sauce. So they want 2 tablespoons in the broth. 1. All right. Another thumb of ginger. Oh boy, y'all. I should have done 2 when I had it. It's okay. We can do it again quickly, and I'm just going to grate it directly into the pot. I really should get better about reading the whole thing through, but All right. We got the wine, coconut aminos. Ginger is another large thumb of ginger grated. So we're going to go to the other edge of the ginger root, and I'm going to, let me cover the soup. I'm just going to pop that off, and we're going to use the spoon again to scrape. I'll do it right here. I'll just keep that there. So again, we're just using a regular kitchen spoon, and we're going to scrape the sides of the ginger so we can get at the actual ginger and not the skin. Just the back of your spoon. And you can see it starts to take that really thin skin off. So just go around. I don't know if y'all like ginger, but you know, if you've got African or Caribbean in you, you know about the ginger beers and the different beverages and teas that they make, all the concoctions my mom would make us when we would get sick. Ginger cough drops. I mean, this is a staple in probably, here we go, a lot of African, Caribbean, and we know our Asian brothers and sisters use fresh ginger. And I told y'all how mom would store it. Almost done with one side, just gotta get a little bit more. But it's just nice and fresh. You know, you could put a little bit, if you're feeling under the weather, get a little bit of ginger. If it's a day where you're drinking a lot of tea back to back to back, you could have a little piece of ginger. Hi, Wilbert. Thank you for being here, sir. You can put your ginger in your mug and just refill it with like honey and lemon. All right, just scrape this off. Then I'm just going to get the knife. Well, I don't even think I need the knife. Let me just scrape in here. If you had any, like, you know, root pieces that were pretty crusty, you could. But it kind of looks like a soft potato, but it's not. Very fragrant. If you like making a ramen bowl, that's a great additive. Or, you know, fried rice or any of that stuff. All right, so we've got our broth here. I haven't turned this on. I'm just getting everything together because y'all know I'm slow. All right, so we've got our peeled ginger. Let me just get my trash out of the way. But the kitchen smells amazing. So we have, ginger in our meatballs and ginger in our broth. I just got a Walmart order delivered, Wilbert. Yeah. I guess, do they even still call them super Walmarts? I don't know. But yeah, from the Walmart grocery store close to me. So a large thumb of ginger grated. So I'm going to go directly into the broth. Same thing that we did before. We already grated into the meatballs. It's not coming out. It's kind of collecting. So I'll scrape it in there. But we want to get all that beautiful, bright ginger flavor. But yeah, so while I'm over here scraping, since Wilbert asked, y'all know I'm a big believer in these grocery delivery services. I work from home, thankfully, and that keeps me, don't touch your eye, Maggie, out of the stores. You know, I'll spend more money than I need, and I'll buy more snacks that I don't need, trying to get the rest of this weight off. I am down 80 and want to go at least 20 or 40 more. But yeah, my Walmart close to me has full grocery. So I do have discount links for you guys in the class notes. Whew, got all this fresh ginger here. It smells amazing. I'm just going to go around until I can't scrape anymore. I guess I could put this here to keep it safe, keep it sturdy. How about that? Walmart has unlimited grocery delivery. I think they call it Walmart Plus. Whew! Y'all, it's a lot getting a workout. But we're going to have some good flavor in this. I'll go ahead and put it in there. Or if you like to go in the stores, I'm sure it would be like in the produce section. where you have like bean sprouts and all that stuff. Almost down to the, and I just turn it. Whew. Y'all, this is the second one we had to do, but it's okay. You can buy ginger paste, but you know, fresh is best if you can get it. And I try to make it as authentic as I can with what I have. It's supposed to be bok choy in here. So I'll let you guys vote. We have spinach inside. Walmart did not have the bok choy. So we can either do spinach leaves or I do have red cabbage. So I don't know if y'all can still see the video over here, but there's supposed to be a little bit of leaves floating in here. All right, I'm just gonna toss this since this is a broth, and we're gonna get our little scraper spoon. So this is that fresh garlic, no, fresh ginger. And I'm just gonna, oh, it smells amazing. Putting it all, want it all, team greedy. Garlic can be, you know, a little bit stringy, but if you like it, it's a great flavor. I think they call them aromatics. All right, so we got as much garlic as we could off of here. All right, salt and pepper, and then 1 head of baby bok choy. So do y'all want to do cabbage instead of the bok choy, or do you want spinach in here? I'm supposed to have, if you look at the thumbnail, I'm supposed to have 1 vegetable in here. All right, so vote cabbage or spinach in the broth. We have spinach in the meatball, so we could either batch or be different. Bring the salt and pepper, broth, wine, coconut aminos, ginger, salt and pepper. Let's just go in again. Stir and bring to a low boil. So I'm going to put it on medium. So that's our salt and our pepper. And let's stir everything together and see if we can get a low boil. And we're going to put those, oh, we got to wrap our meatballs. Y'all, this is a lot. All right, so let's see if we can get this to come to a boil. I'm going to read ahead. Y'all let me know what you want. Add the meatballs to the broth. Oh, and then boil until the meatballs float. Okay, so we need to get this to boiling first. I'm gonna clean up while we're doing this. So red wine vinegar is not rice wine vinegar, but we'll give it a try. Sonia says spinach. You got it, my dear. So we have spinach, so we'll put some spinach in there. I still have some that I chopped up, so we can use that. Ah, and Linda says cabbage. Y'all, I love it. All right. Let's see with what we have. Maybe I'll put a couple strings in there. Because what I was saying, if you look at this soup, the bok choy leaves kind of have the consistency of a cabbage, but the color of a spinach. So, all right, just cleaning up, waiting for that to boil. Won't take long. Okay, we made our meatballs. These are our meatballs, and they've been in the fridge, and I think I see why. You want them to cool a little bit, because once we put them into this, once it starts boiling, we need them to cook. Oh my God, y'all, it smells amazing when I take the lid off. All right, let's just keep cleaning up until this boils. You got that soy-free soy sauce. We've got the rice wine vinegar, red wine vinegar. Um, Let's give it a check. Not boiling yet. Let's go up just a little bit. Y'all know this thing goes fast. Ugh. Got our green onion and garlic over here. Oh, yeah. Oh dear. All right. Ah, starting to move. We'll go to 7. Let's see what it says next. Stir and bring to a low boil. Carefully add the meatballs to the broth and boil until the meatballs float. Okay, so we're just waiting on that to boil. I think I see it percolating a little bit. Ah, Sonia says put both. They are both equally good. Yummy. Sandy says ginger should be at most grocery stores. And we're back. Sorry about that. I lost the chat. But it looks like that's not a simmer. I'm going to put this ginger in a Ziploc bag, and I think we should be at a boil. But yeah, this is what I got. Just ginger root. This came from Walmart. Wilbert? It smells amazing. I missed the last comment. I saw, oh, we got a boil. Let's turn it down. All right. All right. Low boil. Oh my God, y'all, the smell. If you could smell it. Here we go with another facial. All right. We're going to carefully put these meatballs in here. Don't put your finger in the water. You know what would probably be good is if I lowered them in with something, but I'm just going around the side. I probably should have used a smaller pot so I could actually see them float, but it's okay. I'll take the temperature, or we're going to let them cook. So, I know, I should have cut our spinach a little bit smaller. It's supposed to be bok choy. All right, so y'all can see our chicken when it goes in, it's kind of this color, and you can see it starting to turn white. All right, so we got our chicken in there. Woo. All right, let me wash my hands from the raw meat. All right. So y'all want a little cabbage and the spinach. So I'm gonna move this over carefully. Y'all can still see. I know, Wilbert. That's my problem, moving all fast, burning myself. Slow down, Maggie. All right. So we're gonna do a little bit of cabbage, and I just have red cabbage. Hopefully that's okay. So all of this, I believe, is gonna go in. Oh, so we have spinach left over and some green onion left over. It's supposed to be bok choy. I don't have, so I'm going to just shred like a slice of spinach here. I've already washed this. Um, see how these are doing? Oh, y'all, the smell. It's so good. It's like, I don't know. It's like I didn't put any sugar in it, but there's like a sweetness and a soyness. It's like a beautifully, I don't know, it's just coming together nicely. All right, so we got some big cabbage leaves. And y'all saw in the video, it's just a garnish, so we can see this is boiling. We'll take a temperature. So I'm just going to do like a rough chop, literally just half and then half. And then for these, I'll tear, because if you guys saw the video, you see it, I have it on repeat. It's just like little leaves. It's not a lot in there. All right. All right. So our chicken meatballs are boiling, and we got to remove them. Let me just shred this cabbage. All right. So we got our cabbage to add to the green onion and the spinach. It's gonna have great color. Thank you, Sonia. All right. So let's take the temperature of our meatballs. They look a good color, but I just want to make sure they're done since it's chicken. All right, so temperature is supposed to be 165. Now let's see if I can do this without injuring myself. Let's turn on the thermostat, make sure it's on, what's it called? Fahrenheit. All right, so we're gonna go in with one. Oh, let me do it the other way so y'all can see. I'm not left-handed. So if I hold, oh crap, I did it too hard, see? Let's go gentle. All right, we got 165. Okay, so chicken meatballs are done. Whew, I destroyed one of them. All right, so we're gonna take those out. 1 second. That may be one for research purposes. Step number 5, remove the meatballs and set aside. So let's get these out carefully. Y'all know I got to. All right, this one that I destroyed. Using our little spider, I'm just gonna put them in a bowl out of the way. Our meatballs are done. We're just gonna put these things into the broth. And I got a small bowl on purpose so they stay on top of each other and stay kind of warm. All right. So our chicken meatballs are done, and I'll just temp one more. All right, good. So meatballs are done. I'm just gonna set them out of the way over here. All right. I know. We got one. A little soy sauce. You know, chicken needs a little help. Greedy. Oh my god. Woo! Got a mini roll, y'all. It's coming. Okay, focus, Maggie. Turn this down. Look at me. I'm making a mess. Bring the broth to a very low simmer. Add the bok choy leaves. For us, we'll do some cabbage. I won't do all yet. Let's just. I'm reading. Add the bok choy leaves, stir to combine, and allow to wilt. While the soup simmers, prepare a station for rolling the meatballs onto the rice paper. Okay, I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm just looking to see where this other stuff goes. We're just going to top with green onions. So this is going to simmer very low, and we'll move this off to the side. All right. All we need to do now is make our, what are they called? Um, rice paper balls. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. So if you guys were with me for the egg rolls, let me get another station here. So we're using these rice paper. So what it says in step 7, while the soup simmers, prepare a station for rolling the meatballs into the rice paper. Using kitchen scissors, cut the rice papers in half. So we'll do. Hi, Mona. All is well. We're getting ready to roll some meatballs. Our broth is good. Our chicken is great. So these are the rice paper. This has been approved for me in moderation. So we're going to cut them in half. Dip the rice paper into water to soften for about 5 seconds. It didn't say hot water, so I'm just putting some water into a baking tray, half baking tray. All right, let's get our meatballs. Looking good. See, y'all can see. Okay. Yummy? Yes. All right, so our soup is still going over here. The cabbage is in there. All right. Dip the rice paper into the water to soften it for about 5 seconds. Set on a clean plate. Place the meatball in the center. Fold in the sides and continue to roll until the meatball is fully rolled in a wrapper. Set aside and repeat for all the meatballs. All right. So let's get our roll on. Running out of space for y'all to see. All right, so rice paper, kind of crunchy. Let's go in the water. All right, I'm gonna take that off, sorry y'all. Let's see if we can roll one. All right, so it did kind of soften. So we have our paper here. Oh God, other way. There we go. Our meatball here. And we're just gonna try and roll it up, fold in the sides. Not perfect, but we've got our meatball rolled in there. Then I have a plate over here. I'm putting them on. All right, this was regular water. I'm gonna do as many as I have. She said do all the meatballs, but I'm gonna change this to hot water. And then we're pretty much ready to plate. We just, oh gosh, assemble it all in a bowl. Y'all, it's a lot. All right, rice paper, warm water. Let it sit for a minute. I'm going to move these dry ones out of the way until I'm ready. All right, so let it sit. And it takes a minute, but it's going to wilt down. We're just gonna get a bowl and you just layer it together. All right, that's good. Once it wrinkles up easy like that, I don't know if y'all can see. And then just be careful, pull it out of the warm water. This is a half sheet. I'm gonna put it on the cutting board. Get a meatball that we just cooked and roll it up. Tuck in the sides and keep rolling. Meatball number 2 and repeat. So the rice paper, this came from Walmart, Publix. This is what I'm using. Spring roll wrappers, Blue Dragon. They're in a circle and I cut them in half. Ah, no. Go flat. Here we go. I may need to put some more warm water in there. All right. Y'all, this is a lot, but I think it's all coming together nicely. I think so. Let me get a bowl that I want to plate this in. I think I actually have like some Asian inspired serveware with that nice big spoon. I'll see if I can find it. Y'all know a proper wonton is wrapped in noodles. And because I'm gluten free, I'm not wrapping it in noodle. This is rice paper. So we got 3. How many would you all eat? Y'all know I want to know. How many chicken meatballs would you eat? All right. Get underneath that water and soften up. Let me see if I can find that big spoon. I'm sure there's a proper name for it, but y'all know the spoons that they give you. Man, they just disappear into the water, right? Found it. Long time ago, I had an Airbnb guest. Y'all, I've been cooking and loving to cook for a while. I just never really thought I was good at it. So I would always hire a professional chef for occasions. And I know I do too much, but I did have an Airbnb guest once. And it was a young brother, and I love to support the community. He was a student. He stayed with me for several months while he was in grad school. And he was turning 30, which is a milestone birthday. And let me get more hot water. You know, the way I am at home, because I do cook every day. This is really me in my kitchen. Whenever I have, Airbnb guests, whoever they are, if I'm cooking, you can get a plate. More rice paper. We have 4 so far. I'll do as many as I can, and then we're ready to put it together. But I don't know how many meatballs y'all would eat. So anyway, I cook whatever I'm gonna eat or whatever the kids want. And I asked him, I said, for your birthday, since he was a long-term guest, I said, pick your favorite cuisine. And I have, a friend who's a real chef. I wouldn't consider myself real. I'll try hard. Just taking the label off of here. I guess we never used these, or maybe we did. Um, I said, let me know your favorite cuisine, and I'll have my chef, make it for you. All right, that might just be a photo op. I don't like how the sticker's not coming up. And he said his favorite cuisine was sushi. All right, so we got our rice paper, y'all can see, and another meatball. And I was like, woo, sushi. That one's a tough one. But I got a chef, and we had fun with it. My guest invited his girlfriend, and so I made a little birthday thing. Just ordered a cake, and I had my chef, that when I want to do like events or whatever, I actually hire somebody because I don't really think I'm that good. And he came, and we had like the Karate Kid bandanas, and I got like this serveware, like a whole set of this kind of stuff with the spoons and the chopsticks, and he got the sushi rice, and he made, I'll see if I can find some pictures, but he made a really nice meal for my guest and his girlfriend to enjoy. And it's fun for me because I do actually like trying different things, and I would have never, tried it if I didn't have a reason to. Because hey, living out loud, no crispy edges here, but this soup is going to be bomb. Um, y'all know we're all creatures of habit. Here's our rice paper. See if I can roll it with our chicken meatball. And we eat the kind of the same thing. So that's one of the things I love about what we do here on my channel. You all help me to, you know, push the envelope and try some new things. Two more. This is very flavorful. I will say this is pretty time consuming of all the recipes that I've done. Y'all know it's a labor of love for me, but this is, pretty time consuming. But I think the flavor is going to be great. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so it'll be 8 meatballs. I probably could put this other sheet of paper in there. All right. We're going to do a photo op in this, and then I'm going to get my bowl because I'm actually going to eat out of a proper bowl. Oh. All right. Cleaning up already. Let's see. This rice paper, it's like you don't think it's moving and then it moves. All right. Chicken meatball. So what you can do is you can just keep the broth. Y'all can see I have more meatballs here. I'm only going to do one more. So let's put this last piece of paper in here. And then you could easily just, it curls up on you. Get in the water. Like when the boys come home, I could just soak some more wrappers. All right. So let's get ready to plate. Oh, one more to roll. And we'll take our pictures and then we'll be done because this is a lot. But I absolutely love cooking for y'all. We have swim again tonight. So I'll be at the pool with Marcus. And I love to stream for y'all every day. But now that I'm back to school, or the kids are back to school, all right, I think we're done with this last one. Schedules are tough. This ginger and garlic and everything, the aroma is just amazing. All right, so I didn't get mine rolled perfectly, but we have 8 chicken meatballs or dumplings or whatever. All right, let's move this. All right, so last thing is to plate. We've got our broth here with our cabbage all nice and hot. And it says, turn the heat off the soup and add the dumplings. Oh, gosh, y'all. All right, let's put the dumplings in here. Ooh, burning again. This is probably just to seal everything because it says serve immediately. And don't you worry, I will. All right, so we got our sticky dumplings in there. Excuse me, y'all. It's just clearing everything out. One moment. Nana was right. Oh, yes, Mona, thank you for reminding me about the course. Okay, so we put the dumplings in the soup. Serve immediately, topped with additional green onions. All right, y'all. So just for the photo op, we're going to do in the Asian inspired bowl. Let's get one little wilted piece of cabbage on top and the green onion. All right, and then for the photo, cookbook photos, y'all already know. I'm just gonna set this. What an accomplishment. And then we're gonna make a big one for me. And then I'm gonna take a bite and let you guys. I gotta take that napkin off. I don't like how that looks. But it smells amazing. All right. I'll taste this one. Let's taste. I don't want to use the spoon. It's just for photo purposes. Let's get a regular spoon. We still have meatballs left. I can do those for the boys. Let's taste the broth first. It's the finished product. So good. Let's get one of our dumplings. Now our rice paper is disintegrating a little bit. Now this, but I'm here for the challenge. Y'all, when it takes so long, I'm like, this better be good. It is so good. It's actually nice and smooth and soothing. And that rice paper does kind of give you the dumpling experience. We got the ginger, we got the garlic. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. If you want extra soy sauce, you could do the coconut aminos. Y'all, this dumpling soup, that's all I need today. It is so, so good. So I didn't have the bok choy, but I used the spinach. And let me give the cabbage a try in the broth. And then instead of wontons, we use the rice paper noodle. Not bad. I probably should have cut the cabbage in a little bit smaller pieces. But y'all, this broth, the ginger, the garlic. Oh my God. Oh, Mint 86. Thank you. Mint says that looks absolutely delicious. Thank you. I think it's a sir. Thank you, sir. Um, y'all, what I'm really loving is this rice paper noodle gives you the wonton. So if you're trying to avoid, because dumplings are made from dough, right? One second, I need one more. Oh man, If you like Asian flavors. So this was ground chicken, salt, pepper, green onion, garlic, and ginger. Form it into a ball. And then we just drop the chicken balls into the broth, just like this, to cook them. And then you take them out. And then what we did is we wrapped them in the rice paper. I think this just came from Walmart, this spring roll wrappers. Y'all saw when we made these before. I didn't like them as an egg roll style because they're kind of that sticky. Let me see if I can do a chopstick. I actually bought these chopsticks when we did my guests' dinner. So let's see if I can get in here. But if you're trying to avoid dough, look at the rice paper is disintegrating, but it's good. Y'all, all that flavor in the meatball. And then if you want that dumpling without the flour, without the gluten, without the dough, I'm having a little bit of a struggle, but oh yeah, get in my belly. All right, y'all. Mona said it, so I'm going to say a couple minutes and then I'm going to let you guys go so I can clean up. I absolutely love this. I love a soup in the wintertime. Oh, Sonia's going to try it. These are chicken meatballs. It could be beef, it could be pork, it could be whatever ground meat you like. To serve this later, I'm going to eat these that I've already wrapped, but I'm just going to wrap these up. And then what I'll do, like for the boys, save some of the broth. And then all you need to do is wet your wrappers, roll them up, and literally just putting them into the hot broth just kind of keeps them, a little bit. Y'all, this is incredible. I'm pleased, very pleasantly pleased at how it turned out. And just, they disintegrate a little bit, but the flavor. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Maggie, the substitute teacher, is only 6 months old. Thank you to my scholars, all of you all, for helping the channel to grow. I was monetized in 4 months by YouTube. If you want to know how you can get monetized too, oh, so good. I'm just want to you can take a look at my course if you would like. Link is in the description. I put together a course on how I got monetized, from watch hours to subscribers to all of that. Y'all, I'm not playing around. I'm going to take these dumplings out of here because that rice paper, I see why they say serve it immediately. So if you're going to wrap them, go ahead and serve them because it softens up really fast. I'll save the last two for later. Whew. There's a free preview. You can take a look. Excuse me. It's 2 hours, 15 videos, and I do have a discount code for you. Regular price, is $50, 50. Yes, but you can get $15 off with the code THANKS, TLA. Y'all know I'm a proud, student of the lead attorney. Oh, and put those extra green onions on there. He has been really instrumental telling those of us, if you're over 35, you have life experience that people want to know about. So he's encouraging us to start a YouTube channel. And I took his course and have learned a tremendous lot. I'm in his mastermind, highly recommend it. But there's a free preview for my course if you want to take a look and see how this monetization thing works. I thought it was automatic. It's not hard. It's just a process. So thank you all for supporting, for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, for being here in the live chat. You've made this an absolute labor of love for me. So I'll put the pictures up. I'll be at the pool tonight. I'll get you guys another short if you want. And then we'll cook again tomorrow. Maybe dinner for the kids. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Well worth it. Well worth it. A little labor intensive, but I'm glad I did it. All right, you guys. Wow. Starting to get full. Condemnia, you like my soup? Thank you, sir. Yeah, y'all, this is awesome. I know I have this little bitty baby bowl, but just the broth, mm, garlic, ginger. If you don't mind soy, use soy sauce. If you want to avoid soy, this is your option. Coconut Aminos is a soy-free soy sauce made from coconuts instead of soy. Chop up your veggies, put them in the meatballs, cook them in the broth, and then wrap them and eat them out of the broth. Whew, yeah, I'm getting hot. All right, class, I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss. I've got meetings, I'm working, but I wanted to make some soup that will keep me warm and I hope keeps you all warm. So thank you so much for being here, for being a part of my growth class.